Did you know that a normal Cobra bracelet can actually be a quick release? I bet you didn't. See, if you get this knot loosened right here, then you can pull that out and there, and then you can get it to come loose and just unravel like this. I'm just kidding. It's not a quick release, but this one is. It looks kind of like a Cobra. It is a series of half hitches, which allows you to pull out the center strands. It also has a metal shackle, which has a lot of uses in the field, and packs up to 15 feet of paracord. So if you undo it, move this aside, if you undo the shackle, you can pull all the cord off by just pulling it right off the end. And then once you get some grip on there, all of it will come off really easily. And it looks like it's all kinked up, but because it's half hitches, you can just pull those all out and they self-correct. Let's dive in. Another reason this makes such a good quick release bracelet is that it stores up to 15 feet of paracord. For my wrist size, it was more like 13 feet, but definitely more than a standard Cobra. So to start out, we want to find the middle of our cord, as always. I've actually got 25 feet here, so I'm going to measure off my 15. Once you find the middle of your cord, go ahead and attach it to your shackle with a cow hitch. And then we need to determine how long the middle of the bracelet's going to be. So my wrist measurement is 7 inches or just a little bit over. So I'm going to make this one 8 to 8.5. I think 8.5 is probably the better bet on this one because it's a thicker bracelet. And at that point, you're just going to fold it over and bring it back to the shackle side. It might help to hold this in place with a binder clip or something so that you don't lose your length. But either way, once you make your first couple knots, you'll just want to double check the length measurement. Going back up to the top, we'll put one cord out to each side, kind of how we do with a Cobra bracelet, except you'll have 4 core strands here. But we're just going to treat those as one and wrap all the way around them. I'll start with the right side and bring in a loop over the top, just like with the Cobra. Then I'm going to bring that same strand, so it's going across the top, bring that same strand around the back and up through that loop that you created. So this is just a half hitch. Tighten that down right underneath your cow hitch. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So a loop with the cord going across the top, bring it around the back and up through that same loop. Move your knots as far up as you can. And before you go any farther, you just want to check your length. Mine is still good to go. You want to measure from the end of your shackle to the end of your loops. Now we're going to do the same thing, but in reverse. So instead of going over the top, we want to go underneath. And that's going to make these hitches come undone easily without any twists. So underneath, across the top, and down through the loop. Same thing on the other side. Across the bottom, over the top, and down through the loop. So essentially we're making cow hitches on the side here, just like we did on the end. Each time you tighten down your knots, you'll also want to slide them up towards the top and pack as much cord onto the bracelet as possible. So we did those 4 knots at the beginning. You'll just repeat that until you get to the end. All right, so on this one, I did end up using nearly all of the 15 feet. So keep that in mind as you're weaving. If you're making a bracelet that's significantly bigger than 8 inches, you might want to have a little bit more than that. I've got one tip for you guys while weaving. While I was making it, I found it easiest to, instead of counting, one on top, one on bottom, back and forth, that I would just look at the previous weave, and if it was going across the top, that means it would go across the top on the next knot. Or vice versa, if it was going underneath, like this one, then you tuck it down underneath for the next knot. I found that was easier to keep track, so I don't have any knots where I did the same one in a row. We got the nice back and forth. So to finish this off, we can just clip it like we normally do. We just want to be careful that we don't melt it against the rest of the cord. You don't need to keep some tab to pull out because the quick release mechanism works on the other end. So I like to just melt it until there's a nice bead of melted plastic there. I melted a little bit too much on that one, but then not flatten it against. So I find these shackle bracelets a little bit tricky to put on with one hand. So what I like to do is take the pin out first, and then when you put it around your hand, hook it onto the threaded side, so that when you put your pin in, it stays put while you're screwing that in. And then you can spin it back to normal. But these shackles are really nice for strength. They're definitely stronger than a plastic buckle, and you can find a lot of uses for them in the field. So once again, we'll give you a demo of the quick release. It won't come undone while it's on your wrist, but then once you take that off, undoing it can be easy or hard depending on how tight you tie the knots in the first place. But you can just start by grabbing a couple knots in the end and pushing it off towards the end of the bracelet, like that. I tied these knots very tight. Then once you get it going, it all just comes off the end. And because you have those opposing half hitches, once you pull it, it actually takes all the kinks out of your cord, which is pretty nice. So now you have 15 feet of usable paracord for however you need to use it in an emergency. I hope you guys found this tutorial useful. It's definitely not a new concept, but I think it's one of the best ways to carry a lot of paracord on your wrist that's able to be deployed easily. We'll put a link in the description to where you can buy these supplies. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.